The hallmark of a solid democracy is a justice system that operates independent of politics. Such a system distinguishes such countries that we pejoratively call the banana republics from the legitimate governments. Sadly, the justice system in the United States is sliding far down that trail towards the so-called banana republics. Welcome. This is Dr. David D. Shine for a special episode of Saving America. Like many Americans, I've been hearing about unusual events that definitely sound political regarding the FBI and the U.S. Department of Justice, headed by that political hack, Merrick Garland. Thank goodness he is not on the U.S. Supreme Court. That's about all I can say. Republicans have recently released a report out of the U.S. Congress, and it's called, I'll read the title, FBI Whistleblowers, What Their Disclosures Indicate About the Politicization of the FBI and the Justice Department. Our regular audience members will recall that recently Saving America awarded A grades to 2 FBI whistleblowers. So we know the backstory here, and it's a very compelling one. And actually, I want to acknowledge the fact that this report was prepared exclusively by Republican members of Congress. And I think that's an unfortunate situation. Many people have talked about the over-politicization of our entire government, and also the very divisive situation that we have in the United States Congress. We need to act together to save America, and this is not happening at this time, and it is very disconcerting. But let's take a look at some of the key reports. They provided a longer list. I have summarized what I consider the key pieces to that list. Again, it's a longer list. The report itself, by the way, is 1,000 pages. So number one, the FBI downplaying and reducing the spread of the serious allegations of wrongdoing leveled against Hunter Biden. And when we say Hunter Biden, we mean by proxy Joe Biden, Biden's brother, and so forth. 2, the Justice Department and FBI using counterterrorism resources to target parents resisting radical education curriculum like the idiotic CRT. 3, the Justice Department and FBI conducting unprecedented raid on a former president's home. And again, that is going to be the cliche that chickens will come home to roost. The other party will get control at some point in here, and I predict raids on Clinton's home, Biden's home. Yeah, and this is a horrible, terrible precedent, and we're going to see what happens there. Number 4, the FBI stalking Republican Congressman Scott Perry of Pennsylvania while on a family vacation to seize his cell phone. Now, they had a search warrant, but the congressman himself said, look, you want to look at my cell phone? There's nothing exciting on it. Call my attorney. You would have been happy to look at it. Again, you're not going to see anything. But again, this is the type of aggressive procedures that we hear coming out of Putin-controlled Russia, that we hear coming out of Xi-controlled China. This does not sound like the United States, and that is very disconcerting. Number 5, the Justice Department and FBI continuing to allow attacks on pro-life facilities and churches while prosecuting persons who stage protests at abortion clinics, exercising their First Amendment rights. That's scary, and it's taking sides very quite clearly in an inappropriate situation. Number 6, the FBI conducting an intelligence assessment of conservative charities under the guise of investigating alleged crimes. Now, I'd be okay with this. I want to make sure that charities are legitimate charities and they're not spending the money for bad purposes or for political purposes. But while we're at it, how about the Clinton Foundation? How about Black Lives Matter and other groups that are far on the left and have incredible reports of waste and abuse? We've got to get to both sides of this, and then I'm okay with it. Number 7, the FBI purging employees who refuse to sign on to the whack agenda that is presently being enforced under Merrick Garland's FBI and Department of Justice. And number 8, the FBI helping big tech to censor Americans' political speech. There's overwhelming evidence that the social media is being manipulated to favor certain political viewpoints and to suppress other viewpoints. This is totally inconsistent with the First Amendment Constitution, and in fact, I think led to the demise of Twitter so far. And I think I'm understanding that Meta, the parent company of Facebook, is laying off 13% of its workforce today. And I understand that Facebook is bleeding relative to the newer upstart TikTok. People are not as stupid as we think they are. And I think social media is facing a real readjustment. And part of it is because of their allowing political interference. We need to rely on our federal judiciary to keep things in balance, as the Department of Justice and the FBI are not doing their job of being apolitical and enforcing the laws equally. This is your host, Dr. David D. Shine, for Saving America. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe on your favorite platform.